Hi, I'm Richard.
And I'm Christy.
And welcome back to our YouTube channel,
Fulfill the Game of Life. We want to welcome you back to our channel. This week we're going to continue our Game of Life series.
In our first episode of the Game of Life series, we give you our definition of the game of life,
which is earning back your years of freedom through good financial decision making.
This episode is going to have a really cool twist. We filmed this video in some of the most iconic locations in rock and roll history.
We hope you enjoy this trip with us and the content of the video.
On to the video. How do your opponents play the game of life?
When you want to commit to retiring early, seeing how your opponent plays the game will give you the edge you need to retire early.
We believe that your opponents in the game of life use 4 primary tools to keep you working until you can reach Social Security age.
And if you hang around until the end of this video, we will tell you where we are and why we're here.
So let's get started. If you tuned into our first Game of Life video, you will know what the first tool is your opponents use already.
The lack of formal financial education.
I can tell you that the first time that I heard stock or bond or had any idea what it was actually in my personal finance class in my junior year of college.
And I remember first starting in the workforce, I had a boss that cared enough to talk to me about making sure that I contributed to my 401k.
We're guessing that many of you have similar stories where someone helped you understand finances, but we're guessing that many of you still haven't had hardly any of these conversations.
We are thankful for all of those people who have helped us along the way, and we hope that you stick around with us for us to become part of your financial memories.
Absolutely. On to number 2, consumerism. Our definition of consumerism is a meticulously designed system that entices people to spend their money and their lives in pursuit of the newest and best products.
To drive our spending habits, our lives are bombarded with an endless stream of marketing. When we were young, we were exposed to radio and TV commercials, marketing products and services, but that was only a couple of hours at a time.
With the invention of social media and the internet, our waking hours are now absolutely bombarded with constant marketing and very strategic marketing and very targeted marketing.
Companies have created artificial intelligence that watches your habits, that watch your clicks, and even how long you stay on a specific screen. And they use that information to identify your desires so they can align the products from their customers to the people most likely to buy their products.
Yeah, if you want to see how this is working in modern society, there's a movie streaming on Netflix called The Social Dilemma that'll give you a really interesting look at both how it works and the moral complications that come with it.
But consumerism does not stop with marketing. The engineered life cycle and development cycle feed the marketing machine with brand new products every year.
Yeah, if you're my age, you can actually remember where cars would have almost a decade-long life cycle in some cases. Now they're down to every 4 years, and within each year they have new variants, new additions, and new features.
And if you want to see life cycle engineering in sprint mode, look no further than the cell phone you may be watching this video on.
Ask yourself how quickly Apple and Samsung redesigned and released new phones, and ask yourself how many people you know, including yourself, that are either holding the newest model or they're planning to buy it as soon as they can.
This is nothing new. Remember every school year when the style of jeans changed or shoes? Didn't you always want to be in the latest fashion?
Learning to control your desires to own the newest model will buy back years of your life.
On to number 3, easy access to debt.
Easy access to debt without financial education and in pursuit of owning the latest and the best is the final cycle of the deadly trilogy.
Debt is so easy to acquire in quantity and high interest rates that it can cripple you financially, even before you get your financial life started.
Getting a credit card or a student loan before having a single financial lesson can set your retirement back for years.
And it only takes a few moments to fill out the application and sign your name.
So with this system and tools used by your opponents in the game of life, by your 20th birthday, you may already be on the path to labor through your adult life.
On to the fourth tool. This is so smooth and so silent. It is seen by practically everyone throughout their lives, but almost exclusively after the fact, and only a few register the significance of the impacts.
If you watched our Why Portugal video and you hung around to the end, you could already guess this.
Inflation.
Yeah, inflation is the silent thief that steals your quality of life. And as we promised, we will create a video explaining how this thief so effectively steals.
As a matter of fact, annually, the real rate of inflation in the US approaches 10%. That means the goods you buy increase by 10% a year.
That's right. So a Big Mac combo that cost you $6 at the beginning of this year, it'll cost you $6.60 at the end of the year.
Are you ready for the shocker? How much was your cost of living wage increase last year? 2.5%? And if you're lucky, maybe 3%?
Now, on the other side, if you apply inflation rates to rentals and you already own the asset, now the rental is worth more and the rent is worth more.
So the rich got richer and the poor got poorer?
Yeah, you can definitely look at it that way.
So how effective is this system?
Well, according to the Federal Reserve, only 14.2% of people retire before the age of 61 and only 4.4% retire before 55.
So what you're saying is this system wins about 90% of the time.
That's right, 90% of the time. This is like a team coming into Tuscaloosa and beating Alabama. It does happen, but it doesn't happen often.
Wow, that's a heck of an opponent.
Absolutely.
Which means we have to be very prepared if we're going to win this game.
With a plan, and we make purposeful decisions to execute to retire early. Well, that's it for this video, and we hope that you can see how your opponent plays the game of life.
And we hope that you can see that step one to beating this system is financial literacy.
And now on to the bonus question. Have you guessed where we are? I'll give you a final clue. It's right behind us.
That's right. We're in Minneapolis, Minnesota, home of one truly singular musical genius.
April 21st marks the 5th year anniversary of the passing of the Minneapolis genius, Prince.
We hope that you enjoyed the sights in the background as we shared our adventure.
And that truck. And that truck. If you hold on for a moment, we'll scroll through the sites again and we'll actually tell you where they were. If you have a little bit of history with the movie Purple Rain, you'll love what some of those sites were.
If you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up.
And remember to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, and may you live to see the dawn. So guys, before you log off, I do want to take a moment to summarize the video. We had so much going on. We're doing stuff on location. We're standing on the side of the street. Cars are honking and people are saying stuff, and so it's really hard to put it together without it being so choppy. I would just want to summarize what we're really trying to say and make it really clear because it's such an important message. So there are really 4 topics here, really short and to the point, but they're extremely important. Topic number 1, limited financial education up until the time that you're able to acquire credit and significant amounts of credit, while always being marketed to always entice you to spend money, to always entice you to take the next step and to get that big loan, to keep paying for that car, paying for that mortgage, paying for the diamond rings or the trips or whatever you do to get a loan. All of these things fit together, and they fit together exceptionally well. They fit together so well that less than 10% of the people retire early. That's a devastating statistic. So what we're trying to bring to you is begin to be aware that you're being marketed to, and understand that if you're going to take a loan, you should always take a loan on an asset, not a liability. And and we really are going to get to that really soon in a couple of more videos. Just be aware and control your spending, and know that there's very little true good debt in the world. If you're in debt, or if you're considering purchases that'll put you in debt, think about it hard and heavy. And thanks for hanging on, and we look forward to the next video.